Madam Chair, I do have the Zoom recording live, recording, and everything else is recording. It's 1:30. You have a quorum. We only have 15 minutes. You have 4 commissioners. We've not heard from Commissioner Rivera or Commissioner Scott. We did hear from Commissioner Asafo that he could not be, he's unable to be in person. I sent him the link just so that we can record the meeting so he can watch, but wouldn't be able to participate, he said. All right. And since the microphones aren't activated, we'll need to talk really loud. There's a council work session they're preparing for.
Mic's not working.
Madam Chair, take a vote, please. There is, we're withdrawing number 6 from this agenda. The owner of the property is moving forward with demolition. So right now there's not a need to hear the case.
Now we have a swearing in of the city staff.
There's no testimony to be given by staff on this hearing.
Is that, okay, thank you. Now we're gonna move on to the item.
Under your public comment period, Madam Chair, you have 1 speaker signed.
Right, and, the House Committee is required to do this report. Therefore, previously on the agenda, the minimum housing standards for affordable housing in Greensboro. Speakers may not address any property that is currently under investigation or may be under investigation. Speakers who attempt to discuss the specific property other than as allowed above will be asked to end their comments. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes. Staff will advise the speaker with a 10-second warning before the time expires, and then the mic will be turned off. All right? This is one minute. I want to come and speak.
Mike, you have to speak loud.
All right, y'all know who I am, Quinn Brown, sat on the same diocese that y'all sat on. To make it real quick, I'm here to talk about the receivership. So y'all know me, I don't do anything without a reason. It started to trickle down And I've heard it in certain circles, especially in maintenance and everywhere else, the city's giving away people's houses. Quotes have been requested, monies have been asked, and I just want to make sure I put out there that y'all ain't giving away stuff that people who are trying to make it, who are trying to get it fixed. And the reason I know this is because a couple of people have found their way to our plumbing and HVAC shop because they're asking for quotes to come in there and fix it. But what I understand, any quote from what someone has actually told the old man was, it doesn't matter what you charge because if the person can't pay for it, we're gonna get the property anyway. I told y'all, I was on the board as the vice chair, you gotta be real careful about that. You gotta be real careful about what you take and give to somebody. I don't think that there's any aspect that the city's gonna do anything that's not gonna help women. So it's up to you to make sure that you help a small person. And that's why we're here. Mom actually told me to come here and tell you that. Okay? And to be honest with you, we actually stand to gain by you give people the receivership. We can charge what we want, and other companies are gonna charge what they want, and they are. So you need to make sure that you're going through some of these properties, even if they say to you that we haven't been able to find anybody, just remember, they don't have to really go look for anyone, they just gotta post it. That's all they gotta do. That doesn't necessarily mean that no one's asking for it, it just means that they ain't seen it. And if you don't get the Greensboro News and Record, you ain't gonna see it. So if you got a relative in South Carolina, and his grandparent died, he don't know what's going on, he will lose the house and not know it, because he only get the Greensboro News and Record. Okay, so I wanna make sure that as you, the governing body, you are the value. Policies in America do not reflect American values, it's given. So you are the value, it's up to you to make sure that you don't just follow in step and rubber stamp things. That's not what we did when we was there. And as leadership, I expect you guys to set the example. And like I said, we stand to gain. We're gonna get these jobs. I'm not even worried. I'm 100% sure. There's already a couple of them that come in there asking what we can do for them. But my uncle said he don't think that it's right. And that's why I'm here today. So make sure when y'all going through some of these properties, you really read in between the lines. You don't have to do what the city attorney tells you to do. Okay? Have your own mind. That's how democracy works. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for your comments. We can move on. We're gonna move on to the property. We're going to have a request a motion to extend audience. Items. Madam Chair, I'm looking through these different ones that says invalid ordinance vacation, or adoption, excuse me. But what does that mean?
So in our process of demolition, one of my steps that's required is I require the city attorney's office to let me know if it's okay to proceed. And in doing so, if you say, for example, if Greensboro happens to knock down someone's house and they say, hey, I was never given notice. I didn't know nothing about this. Why did y'all do this? So what the city attorney's office has done is they're reviewing the case file. In these older cases that was upheld back in 2010, 2011, 2013, 2015, some of the information that was used or presented to the Housing Commission at that time is not present in the physical case file or in any electronic file that could be discovered. And it's kind of on a couple people's parts, not necessarily to point any fingers, because it is on code compliance on the staff prior to us. It is on the city attorney's office, the staff prior to them. But if any litigation occurs, the current city attorney's office would have to defend it in court. So if we cannot prove that there was good service on the owner that owned that property at the time the inspector held their initial hearing, the ordinance is invalidated. The second step we also looked at is whether all persons on the title searches were served for the hearing of the ordinance adoption. And either way, both of those two services are the two check marks that we're checking. So 21 of these cases being rescinded were considered invalid, means the ordinance is invalidated. So we have an inspector that's reassigned to these cases only to make a determination if there is work being done and it's a new owner. We're not going to start a new case for 6 months. We're going to follow up in 6 months. If current owner is making progress, we're not going to open a new case for 6 months. If there's no work being done whatsoever, there's no new owner to the property, we're going to open a case and we're going to go ahead and start the hearing over and start moving it down the road to bring it back to this commission. So it's a check and balance. It's a good thing for the city because we don't need to knock down a structure that's going to get the city into litigation. So we're having to follow those procedures, and I trust the procedures are necessary.
That's going to be this, we can put on the copy of the new procedure that's going to update.
No, the new procedures are internal. It's staff procedures.
Okay.
It's just the way staff does business to make sure that we're following what either the city manager's office or what the city attorney's office wants us to do. Yeah. And the demolition list, once these are rescinded online, they will be updated. We'll remove these off of it.
Commissioners, do we have any further discussion? Well, like I just said, motion to suspend. All in favor? Then we have to move this, the, Thursday. This is where we come from. Discussion for. Is there any items to discuss? Well.
I like this meeting. It's gonna be raining at the beach tomorrow.